Welcome to Atlantic Network. Welcome to Atlantic Television Network Society Watch. This is a program where we ventilate societal issues, give them aggregate attention with a view to provide solutions that will benefit humanity. On today's Society Watch, we'll be looking at numbers of issues, starting from Jigawa State. NLC TUC rejects 10,000 wage award. On NAFDAC, these trailers protest NAFDAC ban of sachet alcohol. On anti-crowd, EFCC Alain Pastor over alleged 1.3 billion fraud. On judiciary, wife seeks divorce, citing domestic abuse. These are the issues we will be looking at today. And when we return from this short break, I will introduce my guests to you.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATN.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable they are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. And joining me in the studio this morning is a lecturer and senior administrative staff at Clifford University, Abia State. I'm talking about Dr. Obarido Thompson Okochi. Thank you for joining me on the show today.
I appreciate it. Later. Thank you.
All right, let's go straight to our stories for today. The Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress in Jigawa State have united in rejecting the proposed 10,000 wage offered by the state government as a palliative following the removal of fuel subsidy. This collective stance was conveyed in a press release issued after the meeting of organized labor in the state held in Destus, the capital. The joint statement signed by the state chairperson and the secretaries of the NLC and the TUC criticized the state government's premature announcement of the wage increase. Highlighting the absence of any payroll agreement on the matter, it also noted the lack of response from the state government committee despite prolonged negotiation with the NLC Salary Negotiation Committee and multiple submissions made. The organized labor expressed surprise at the State Commissioner for Information, Youth and Culture, Honorable Gary Sagariu Musa announcement of 10,000 Naira wage award for 3 months. It is important for the general public to note that the organized labor has not signed any memorandum of understanding with the Jigawa state government on the 10,000 Naira wage award. The negotiation committee is yet to conclude its assignment and statement clarified. However, when contacted for comment, the state head of service, Mohammed K. Dagasir, stated that the NLC negotiation committee was fully aware of the decision taken by the state government regarding the palliative measures for the workers. Dagari explained that the agreement included a 3-month wage award, distribution of food palliatives, and provision of farm inputs, including lands for every civil servant. So it is surprising to hear this story from you on the said NLC rejection of 10,000 Naira wage award, intervention to workers to cushion the effects of fuel subsidy removal are of 3 stages, and Governor Malam Umar and Namdi is committed to fulfilling all he stated. Now, Dr. Okochi, are you there? All right, the NLC and the NLC and the TUC in Jigawa State have rejected the proposed 10,000 Naira wage award after the state government has palliatives following the removal of the fuel subsidy. But one will ask, how does this proposed wage compare to the cost of living and inflation rates, looking at the economic challenges in our country right now?
A lot of things are involved in what's going on. From what from the literature that I read, let's see whether we can break down. Government is proposing 10,000 naira palliative to workers, and like you have said, what is 10,000 naira? When you compare it to the dollar, that is 1,540 something per dollar. You are proposing 10,000 naira. That amounts to like $6. Is that palliative? Okay, but by the way, the second one is organized labor is saying we are surprised that government is doing this. We have not reached an agreement and signed a memorandum of understanding. Government is also saying we are surprised that organized labor is saying that they are surprised. So everybody is just surprised about surprise. You see how we play games with the lives of Nigerians. You see how we play games. The money is a outcome, almost negligible in terms of the present conditions, and then in the process of doing it's not uncertainties. This one is surprised that this one is acting this way. This one is surprised that this one.
Dr. Okochi. Dr. Okochi. Do you think that this confusion is actually coming because the 10,000 is on the low? If it were to be, let's say, 50,000 wage award, do you think this surprise would have come in? Because I don't understand why the NLC are saying that they do not know about this. They did not come to an agreement, to a final agreement. And then the state government is saying that they are equally surprised. So what do you think is the confusion all about? Is it that the money is not is not what they expected, or is it that the federal government, they just want to go ahead and do what is in their mind?
Anything could have happened since both of us are not and we are not educated from them. We can't even read their minds. Anything could have happened. But you see, the way organized labor organizes itself is that there should be due process. There should be a memorandum of understanding, and there should be signees or signatories. NSC is saying, hey, whether you propose 1 million naira or you propose 10,000 naira, we do not have credible documentation to show that we have come to an agreement. So let us forget about how much, whether it was 50,000 that would have allured NLC, or whether it's 100,000, whether it is 10,000 that is annoying. You can leave that aside. There has not been proper due process, and there has not been a conclusive way of handling this matter, because organized labor is saying the evidence for us that we have agreed that this show us a memorandum of understanding where we sign. If government cannot show it, then something is wrong. Government needs to go back and clarify this properly. Whether it's 10,000 naira or 100,000 naira, well, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well.
So could it be that there has never been a dialogue between the government officials and the civil servant representative regarding this matter? Could it be there was never a dialogue between them, because they can't just come up and say we did not come to an agreement, and the federal government and the state government in the other hand is saying we came to an agreement? What exactly do you think is going on right here, right now? And what happened to the 10,000 if they...
From the state government hasn't categorically stated that we came to an agreement. Here is evidence, because that's what rules the world now. Don't forget that in other crimes they are talking of AI, they are talking of artificial intelligence. So why would something manual, analog like this be difficult when people are already in a digital world? So where is government's evidence? Government has not presented any evidence showing that organized labor and government, they agreed. So government has not owned up that they finalize things. We can leave that aside and simply say that they started the process from what we have. They started the process, but it is inconclusive because in this part of the world, in Nigeria, almost everything is inconclusive. You do election is inconclusive. So they are a ton of palliative and it's also inconclusive. That's what has happened. It is inconclusive. They started the process, but they have not ended it amicably. What they need to do is to share their swords and go back to the negotiating table that they left before now, and then we'll hear good news again.
Okay, now, Dr. Okochi, the hardship in our country right now is really worrisome due to the fuel subsidy removal. And then we have 35,000 wages where the federal government, that the federal government actually promised, but it seems that so many institutions, tertiary institutions, have actually not received this money, the people that it was meant for. And then looking at the challenges that the situation we are facing in our country now, I mean, one would say that federal government, the state government, I mean to say, would not just want to release any money without proper agreement. So do you think that the state governments would just stay and pull out, and commence a kind of anything that has to do with money that was not properly agreed? Do you think that will happen in our state right now, I mean in our country? Could it be that we have more than enough to give out, that whether we come to an agreement or not, we just have to do something? Do you think the state government will do that without an agreement?
We have seen such things before. You know, there is what we call impunity. Our leaders do things just because nobody will do anything. And that's why organized labor is saying, don't just take us for a ride. Because Nigerians are aware that leaders take citizens for a ride. It is possible that government simply embark on what we can term natural action. Like I said earlier, they need to go back to the drawing table, to the negotiating seats, or government should produce evidence that there was a conclusive agreement, and government doesn't have that. That's a clear point. Government doesn't have it. Because the evidence is see the memorandum and see where your leaders signed. There is no documentation like that. So the government didn't do well. Government needs to go back and do well. And like I said before, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well.
But again, don't you think that half bread is better than none? Don't you think so? Looking at the situation we are right now.
Well, half bread truly is better than none, but not half bread that comes through the bag. Some half bread may be poisonous and may cause chronic stomach. This one is not a sweet half bread, it's a bitter half bread. We need to bake this bread properly. Government should go back to the bakery and bake this bread well. Half bread that is poisonous is not at all.
Well, Dr. Okochi, you feel that this half bread is actually poisonous and bitter because, I mean, you are not the one in the shoe. If you were among those that will receive this, perhaps, maybe you would have also think the way I'm thinking, that half bread is better than none. All right, let's look at our second story for today. Okay, on NAFDAC. The Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria announced their intention to stage a protest at the Lagos office of National Agency for Food and Drug Agencies and Control in response to the prohibition of manufacturing and selling alcohol beverages in sachet. We are extending our invitation to you to attend a peaceful protest on NAFDAC's ban on alcoholic beverage drinks in sachet and PET bottles, and note said. She said we intended to work with the NURTW to ensure the enforcement of the banned product. We surely will work on that and ensure that they are stopped and phased out. The NAFDAC DG at the press conference in Abuja on Monday said the agency had commenced the enforcement of the ban on the importation, manufacture, distribution, sales and use of alcoholic beverages in sachet, PET, and glass bottles of 20 ml and below. As of January 31st, 2024, there is no alcoholic beverage in these categories that are registered by NAFDAC. I also want to inform you that the agencies have started enforcement action to enforce the implementation of this policy. The window period for manufacturers by NAFDAC to sell of all alcoholic drinks in their category elapses on January 31st, 2024. To this end, on the first day after the collapse of the elapse of the window period, the agency commenced a nationwide enforcement actions on February 1st, 2024 to enforce the implementation of a new policy, she said. This situation is, of course, not acceptable, and the agency view is as a flagrant disobedience to the laws of Nigeria. NAFDAC views this matter seriously, and we will engage all tertiary means, which may include prosecution, to deal with the matter. I want to use this medium to ask all holders of alcohol in sachet, PET, and glass bottles, empty sachet, PET bottles, empty glass bottles, and other packaging materials of these banned products to immediately report to the Investigation and Enforcement Directorate of the NAFDAC for handover of same NAFDAC for destruction. To prevent sternal measures, including prosecutions, she declared. NAFDAC committed to ensuring that the validity of the renewal of the already registered alcoholic products in the affected do not exceed in the 2024. NAFDAC is resolutely committed to the strict implementation of the regulations and regulatory measures towards safeguarding the health of Nigerians, particularly the vulnerable youth, against the danger of reckless consumption of alcohol. Adeyeye assumed the World Health Organization as a that children who drink alcohol are more likely to use drugs, get bad grades, suffer injuries or death, engage in risky sexual activity, make bad decisions, and have health problems. The WHO also stated that harmful consumption of alcohol is linked to more than 200 health conditions, including infectious diseases, tuberculosis, and HIV/AIDS, and non-communicable condition, liver, and different types of cancer. This is also associated with a social problem such as alcohol addiction and gender-based violence. To cure awareness of the abuse of alcohol, we recommended some action and strategies to playmaker that have shown to be effective and cost-effective, which include regulating the marketing of alcohol beverage and regulating the restriction and restricting the availability of alcohol, she said. Now, Dr. Okochi, this is coming from the World Health Organization and also NAFDAC, and they are ready to prohibit some, especially such alcohol. And according to them, this is to help in regulating the intake of alcohol, especially for minors, because it's something that they can, with 100 or 200 naira, they can afford. And the World Health Organization are saying that this is attached to, is a reason for some of these sexual activities and some of those illegal activities and drugs and all of those. But again, you think that this is going to be very easy to implement? And then what about the people that are involved? What about the people that owns this market, these businesses? What happened to them, even though they have given them the deadline to sell all of this off? And we know that alcohol is not something you consume more than there's a particular percentage you have to take in a day. So how did they sell this off? Won't this affect their businesses?
Well, Nigeria is not too good when it comes to implementing policies. We have a tradition of backing without biting. See, all these regular batting die down. It will die down. Unfortunately, I'm not saying that it should be so, but the reality is that after all these moves, it will die down. just go for probably until another regime comes, and then affects what was done. Because we are not able to handle consequences. We will make rules and stand by them. 2 months from now, that compromises and everything will go back to how it used to be. Because ordinarily, what you have read, what the what the World Health Organization has said, and what the right. When you reduce alcohol to manageable and packaging, you will make it more liberal. See, when it is a bottle, it's probably 1,500 naira. Not everybody can afford, but when you reduce it to 40 naira, 50 naira, 70 naira, 100 naira, it's easier to multiply. So those who don't have been drinking at 1,500, so there'll be a lot of recruitment. That is what is going on, and then they have linked it, which is correct, to criminality, to vices, to violence, and even to accidents, because this is condensed in motor parks. There was a time government said they don't want that because they know the consequences of drivers drinking or conductors but it comes with that. I mean, how you stop a driver if you don't know how in the car? You can buy it before and then put it in the compartment group of the vehicle or any other of the vehicle. So what we are not good. My point is that we are not good in implementing policy. We just shout and make noise and bark, but nothing really to come out of it. That's is an unfortunate statement I'm making, but see, is the truth.
All right, Dr. Okochi, we are living in a society where the least minor now is fighting to get well through a dubious means, all right? And for those that can afford drugs, it means that they can equally afford this alcohol. And if you check the kind of intake these people use, it is not just a sachet, this sachet alcohol. Because if you want to take statistics and look at the people that are actually purchasing this alcohol, this sachet alcohol, you will realize that it's mostly those, let's say, the poor masses that can actually afford some of these drugs. And then when they are saying they're trying to mitigate this, are trying to remove this from the market in order to stop some kind illnesses, some kind diseases, some kind attitude, illegal activities in the country. And then we know that the people that are buying this, I mean, the things that are trying to fight, we have youth that are going for the expensive one. What is the tendency that if they get rid of this alcohol that are in sachet, they will be able to curb the menace of drugs abuse? They will be able to curb the menace of sexual abuse in the country. When we know that if you check those that are equally buying this sachet alcohol, they really don't have something to offer in quotes.
Well, like I said, if we start somewhere, it's better than nothing. I mean, the Chinese have a proverb: a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. If we can cut down on the sachet fashion, we will have started something. It may not take us to where we want, but it will not take us where we used to be. That's the point I'm making. However, the issue is not even whether we are right or NAFDAC or government is right in what they are proposing to do. It is correct. It is good to do it, but will we sustain it? That's what I said at the beginning. We will pack now, and at the end we will get tired, and life returns to how it used to be. That is the problem with Nigeria. We cannot push this matter and push it to the end. We're only starting what we cannot finish. That is the problem we have with our country. Otherwise, it's a good policy. Cut down on alcohol consumption. It will also ameliorate some of the vices, some of the criminality, some of the all kinds of issues that come as a result of the consumption of alcohol. But will we sustain it? We will not. That's my point.
All right. What is the essence of this protest? Because, you know, NAFDAC has given them this year, 2024, for those that are into this business to sell off whatever thing that they have, what NAFDAC is against, which is this sachet alcohol, and they are protesting. Does it look like that they are ready to abide by these rules or not? Because it's not an immediate stop, it's something. They didn't tell them to just stop abruptly. They didn't tell them to just, get this out of their stores. They asked them to sell them off. If they are saying they want to prohibit this for the sake of health, why is NAFDAC telling them to sell off? Sell off to who exactly? Who is going to consume this? Why not discard it?
Yeah, in fact, in addition to what you have observed, which is sell them off to who?
So who exactly?
Yeah, to that, because you are very right. In addition to that observation, I would even say, or I would even add, did they stop production? Because see, if I'm a dealer, if I'm a seller, if I'm a retailer, and I have 100 sachet, and you tell me, please, Pastor Okochi, by the end of February, exhaust your 100 sachet, and then because you are not going to sell it on March 1, is a different thing from you couldn't stop Pastor Okochi from stocking. So out of from after the 100, I still stocked 500, and then by the end of February, I still have. Why are you stopping me? Did you stop Pastor Okochi from stocking extra after the 100 you found? So my concern is, we only gave them a deadline. We didn't have the production line, and so they stopped their shops, and now they have plenty, and you are telling them to just stop. To who, to where, and how? We don't do things like it. Like people say, that's the problem. And that's why they're protesting. Part of the reason they're protesting is that it's going to be an economic loss because we didn't handle it properly. What should have been done is, say, by February 1, you will no more sell in sachet. So you go to those who are producing and say, this by December 31, don't produce again. Not that someone is producing throughout February 1 is not sell what has been produced. Who does that well?
Well, that is, this is not very clear, and we hope, we leave this question to the viewers. The NAFDAC agencies, they have come up to say that the sachet alcohol is being prohibited from 2025. Of course, it will not be used again, but for now, they should sell off. And the World Health Organization that are saying that this is the reason for so many illegal activities that is going on in our country, and especially it's not good for health. And we are asking, selling them off to who exactly, and to use it for what? That is for the viewers. If you can just drop your comments on the comment section. This is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. We'll just go on a very short break. When we return, we'll look at more interesting stories. Just stay with us.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring honest pop news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN. from the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains. Through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Each for registration form and posters. Despite fraud foundations declaimers of any association with Eboying or its NGOs, they allegedly continue its distasteful practice, accumulating ill-gotten gains and acquired 5 properties. The EFCC, through investigation, has uncovered these fraudulent activities and intended to prosecute him once inquiries are concluded. Dr. Okochi, the issues of, it seems fraudulent activities has moved from the world into religious organization now. And it's something to be worried about, because we believe in this particular denomination that are supposed to help youth, help the world to order their steps, and not to lead them astray. But in a situation that we keep hearing fraudulent activities in this religious organization, we are wondering what happened next in the world. But again, because we have been talking about this since last week in different organizations, but I'm asking what measures can be implemented to prevent similar fraudulent activities in future within religious and community organizations, as it's almost getting out now. What can be done? Because we don't want to continue talking about this. But of course, we appreciate the EFCC because they are really on their toes to get things done. What is your take on this?
Well, we will not be able to do anything for as long as this country rights. We won't be able to do anything. See, let us be realistic. If a fish is swimming in muddy water, the fish will be muddy. It's clear. The fact that we are religious but in a corrupt environment, the religion will be corrupted. That's what's going on. So it's not about religion being corrupt. It is that the system in which that religion is corrupt. Corruption will kill this country unless we kill corruption. But we're not ready to kill corruption. So let corruption kill the country.
Okay, Dr. Okochi.
Yes.
is there a better way that, you know, they always say that in the midst of 24 eggs, there's always bad one. Is there a better way that organizations can be formed like a committee? Better still, to go into these denominations to fish out these people. Is there something that can be done? Because right now it is not written on the face, and when people keep using the holy book to deceive people, you see a lot of persons keep falling into this trap. You know, before they were saying that if you are in a religious angle, it will be easy for you to proceed in life, but in a situation that you're in the world, that you will be deceived. But now the deception is now in churches. So what should be done? How can they possibly fish out these bad ones?
I think we are trying to control fraud using fire extinguisher. It will not work. I'm sorry to say it. It won't work.
Dr. Kochi, why did you say that?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
I'm asking, why did you say that using fire and extinguisher to control fraud? Is it not? This is a duty of EFCC.
Of course, I will explain. I'm about to explain. See, if you set up a commission to go about regulating religious miscreants, if the members of the commission are corrupt, all that the religious person needs to do is to tip them, and they allow them to operate. That's also not over it. That's why I keep saying, and I want people to hear me. This country is corrupt totally, and that's what is killing us. So, which angel are you going to appoint in Nigeria to manage people? No, the devil will corrupt the angel, and the angel will join the devil.
So what? So what happened to the denominations? So what happened to the denomination? I mean, we had some stories, we saw in a story some weeks back where in Lagos State precisely, because they are trying to control noise pollution in the environment, and any organization, any whatever, as long as it's a business center or whatever thing it is that they caught going against the rules and regulation of noise pollution, they kind of seal up the place for the meantime to serve as a deterrent to others that had the intention of doing or that are into going against the rules of noise pollution. But we have an organizations whereby we are not talking about members. We are talking about the head, the founder, religious organization in particular. When the head is faulty, then what happens to the body? But they don't. Is it proper? Very much okay to just deal with the leader and leave the organization like that? Because I believe that crime is not something that one person commits. It's always more than 2 or 3 coming together to put head, to be able to come up with something. So why is it that nothing has been done about those organizations that are faulting, those religious organizations that are going against the law in Nigeria, that are doing illegal things? Why is it that nothing has been done? Is just talking to the leaders, perhaps interrogating the leader. What happened to the body?
It's the same thing I've been saying. Illegality, impunity, corruption, rules-based. And so everybody has just joined the fray. That's what is going on. Who are you going to catch? For how long? The thief will also catch the thief. And the thief pleads with the thief. And then they go and negotiate, and the person is set free. And then everything goes back to normal. Until we are ready to work on corruption in this
country. Dr. Okoche, are you trying to say that the EFCC are not doing their jobs? Are you trying to say that not, this is just to paint a picture, this is just to make news on newspaper? Are you trying to say that they are not doing what they are supposed to do?
Evaluator, you are a communicator, you are a journalist. Have you not heard where EFCC went back and relooted what was recovered, loot that was recovered? EFCC officials went back and relooted it. Who is cleaning this country? We are not ready to clean up this country. That's the point. That's the point.
So what is, now you are the voice to the voiceless. So I will ask you, what do you think is the way forward? Because we can't be talking about problems without solution. What's the way forward?
Very simple. Kill corruption. In this country. What? And then the question will be, how? I have said it over and over in this country. It begins with the presidency. It begins with the presidency. We are here and we were told our 5 billion was used for yacht for the president. Kill that project. Kill it.
All right.
Yes, exactly. Kill it from the presidency. Kill corruption from the head. Late Bomai Sima, a veteran radio broadcaster at university, is late now. He used to tell us that when fish one wanted, permit me to use pidgin English, when fish one wanted for head in the start, kill corruption from the head.
All right. Looking at this next story, this is quite disheartening. A wife plead in court for divorce citing domestic abuse. Now, Dr. Okochi, we have so many issues of domestic violence. But again, I'm asking, in a situation that a wife has gone to court, do they really need to? Do they really have to go through so much process in begging when the evidence is all over the body? The evidence of domestic violence is there. Why can't the court just do the needful? If one partner says, I don't want this marriage again because of the kind of abuse I'm going through, why do they have to wait for it to take so long?
Yeah, it's a whole due process. The court doesn't work on sentiments. The courts follow a judicial sequence. It will get there. By God's grace, I believe the applicant, the person, the complainant will eventually get justice because the evidence is there. My counsel has always been, and I've said this,
Dr. Okochi, I understand what you were saying, but in a situation, you know, when you take matter to court, they work with evidences. If you don't bring evidence, that is where it gets complicated. But in a situation that the evidence is so clear, and one person said, I don't want the marriage again. I mean, why do you have to stay for so long? What kind of evidence are you looking for again, even though they are not working with sentiments? Why do we stay for so long?
No, they are not staying for so long. God has given us a time lapse that the courts are doing. So we cannot stand it. The courts are doing what they want to do. What you are complaining about, if there was a complaint saying, Madam, go back to your class, that's the one I would have said. No, the court is wrong. But God has forced her to go back. They are only following judicial sequence, judicial procedure. What the woman needs to do, probably she has done, is to leave the house. No court will force you back to your husband, pending when his dispensed. No court does that. You are free to leave a place of violence, a place that is toxic. You are free. So let's not blame the court. Let the court go through the normal sequence. Let the woman move of a place of toxicity. That's all.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Okochi, for joining me on today's show. It was good having you here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That is much we can take on today's show. We hope you had a nice time. And for our viewers, we are saying a big thank you to you. I am Immaculata Irikana. If you miss out in any of those stories, you can join us on all our social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok now, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. Watch us on our website at atlanticnetwork.tv, or you can also get our app from Play Store, Atlantic Television Network. Do remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching and continue to stay connected on ATM socials. Till we come your way next time. Good afternoon.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATM.